Dun, dun, dun. Guess who's back? Back again. After 10 days of Vipassana. It's your boy. Hasn't done a live in a while. Your boy, Mr. Holistic Health Harry H. Maladine. With a lot of information to talk to you guys about today. On Vipassana. Let's keep it relevant. I'm going to make another video. This is going to be one of two videos. I'm going to two Facebook Lives. I'm going to do one straight after on another topic. I've got too much information contained within, and I feel it damages me when I contain it. I need to let it out. And also, this one's for my memories too. I make a few Facebook Lives every now and again for my memories, because I forget. I have so much going on in my life, and I don't want... I remember the most important things. I just want this for my memories too. But if you get any value from this, let me know. So, second Vipassana experience. Vipassana. What is Vipassana? Vipassana is, in effect, the meditation passed down from the Buddha himself. It was the meditation the Buddha used for enlightenment. Now, what do I believe? And now from my own experience, not as belief, I believe there's very good meditations out there. Let me close the window because it's going to get loud. Kind of, yeah, whole story. An old story with coronavirus, guys. Just quickly, I went on last Wednesday and it hadn't kicked off the whole coronavirus. I joke about coronavirus, it's corona, but I call it coronavirus. Hadn't kicked off last Wednesday when I left, and of course on Friday it went majorly kicked off, and apparently now the whole... I came back today to the news that everything's on lockdown, hardly travel's restricted, there's no people about to meet in public places in the UK and around the world, cinemas are shut, you're not allowed to go into restaurants, it's bloody ridiculous. That's a side note. Yeah, but what a funny world we live in. I don't really care, and if we die I don't give a shit either, because it's all meant to be in fun and games. You never really die. Come on, let's be honest here. What are we dying to? You're infinite consciousness. You don't fucking die, do you? This life doesn't matter. I mean, it's great. It's Earth School. We've come here to make a difference, protect the Gaia. But infinite consciousness creates a duality just so it can have a little bit of fun and joke around and see itself. Infinite consciousness can't see itself without duality. So it's just a bit of fun. You die, you don't really die. You return to what you always were, which is everything. It's all of us. So it's all bullshit. At the basic level, Coriolanus is all bullshit. Don't worry about it. Laughter's the best medicine. And also another great medicine we know is to socialise and do the opposite of what they're saying. So they'll say, what you need to do is to wash your hands with tap water and antibacterials. No, I won't do that. So do the opposite of what they say and you'll be fine. That's a good rule for coronavirus. You want to cure it. Do the opposite. If they say don't meet in public places and don't socialise with your friends and don't touch your baby and shit, do the opposite. So keep socialising with your friends, keep going to public places. Oh, when I came out today, I'll get to the subject, trust me, I just want to get this off my chest too, and it's good information. When I came off the bus, when I came out today with Niels, I went with Niels Affili. Many guys may know Niels, he's a good guy. If you don't know Niels on Facebook, please add him. We talk about the same things, sun gazing, age-gearing therapy. He's a great person. Fucking love him. The first time I met him, he's an awesome person. Anyway, when we got out together, we were just laughing because there was nobody on the streets. This stupid containment, everyone's scared to go out. The front pages in the UK, I'm not sure in the US, but the front pages of the UK papers were all, literally all of them was the same. Boris Johnson, our Prime Minister, don't go out, or you will die. And everyone's taken that to heart because there was nobody on the fucking streets. And not only that, I said to Niels, not only is there nobody on the streets, with the few people that were out, there was just nobody laughing if they were together. It was all serious. I was like, there's something wrong with the vibe. And it wasn't just because I'd come back from Vipassana. I know it's weird coming back from not talking Vipassana or high meditation. I'm high now. It's weird to come back from that as well, but it was even weirder that there was hardly anyone around. And there was no laughter, and everyone's so serious. And every conversation I heard with random people, especially like train guards and stuff like that, they were all talking about the coronavirus and the virus, and some are boasting how they never get ill and blah blah blah. And I was thinking, yeah, mates, but you're all fucking, no offense, dumb as shit, and you think this is real. And even if it's real, you don't understand the Beauchamp Pasteur argument. The Beauchamp argument is legit. You think the Pasteur is about the virus. It's not about the coronavirus, guys. It's not about Pasteur. Fuck you, Pasteur. You might have been a good guy. Maybe you're a deliberate conspiracy theorist. Whatever. But it's Beauchamp. It's about the terrain. And that's just good news for us. Basically means this. You take care of your terrain, you're going to be fine. Anyway, I digress. It was a great day today. Fucking laughing around with Niels was hilarious at the stupidity of everybody and just no one around. And it was great coming back on the train. It's normally packed on a Sunday. I have to go on a train back home. 2-hour journey. It was empty. I had the whole train to myself because everyone's in fear. Oh, fucking coronavirus. Anyway, carry on. Vipassana, what is it? Stay on track. Be serious, Harry. Anything? I appreciate it. So, Vipassana is the meditation that the Buddha used, they say, for enlightenment. I know this is true. Now, there's loads of different meditations out there. Mindfulness is great. Transcendental Meditation. 1 second. Transcendental Meditation. It's good. I even wrote a book on it. Check it out and buy it. I fucking love this book, by the way. Another side tangent. You know why? I've never seen someone break down the benefits of Transcendental Meditation in such a great way. It's a great physical health protocol. It's a great physical health protocol, Transcendental Meditation. I'll tell you its downfall in a bit compared to Vipassana. I want to talk about Vipassana, but Transcendental Meditation lowers your blood pressure. It puts you in another state of consciousness. It majorly reduces your stress levels, majorly lowers your metabolic rate, lower than deeper sleep. It's an amazing physical health protocol. However, all these meditations, gonna be honest, I don't think Transcendental Meditation, other meditations, tackle the root cause of our suffering. They don't go deep into the unconscious. Like, I now believe Gonkei. If you go to Vipassana, you understand Gonkei. He's the guy that has brought it to the attention of the world, or one of the guys, and that everyone knows. It goes to the 10-day Vipassana course. You'll know Gonkei because you hear his voice all the time. He talks about, he disses a little bit Transcendental Meditation, and I'm okay with that, kind of. He disses it and says, oh, it doesn't tackle the root cause. It does a lot of other things, Mr. Gonkei, like I just explained. Very good things. So it's a good physical health protocol, Transcendental Meditation, and mindfulness too. Very good physical health, but they don't tackle the root cause. I think the Buddha was absolutely right with Vipassana meditation. I think that Buddha did get enlightened with Vipassana meditation. It takes work, effort. That's why you have to get instilled into the practice. You go for 10 days and do 10 hours. It's 10 days of 10 days. Don't know. I'm sure you were. You don't talk to anybody. You can talk just before you are. But when it starts, you don't talk to anybody. You don't look anyone in the eyes. You can talk to the teacher and ask questions, and that's about it. It's a very serious process. You become, like it says in the videos at the end, you get to watch discourses, you become a monk or a nun, and it's free around the world. It's free and based on donations, and the reason why they can do that is because everyone seems to donate money because it's so fucking powerful, and everyone gets powerful experiences of presence. The benefits that I've heard of, and I'll talk about my benefits too, they're a bit different to other people's, because I did it my best, but I'm not perfect. I've talked to people that I've just come out today, so yesterday I talked to a guy when we got to break our silence. It's very common from Vipassana, and this is a new person. Depending on the level, if you work hard and diligently, and the technique is easy but hard work, you have to discipline yourself, and everything's taken care of. You give you food, you get to focus on meditation, and meditation, and meditation, and meditation, and no talking and no distraction. It's brilliant. So benefits include you will become more present to the moment, but not just like a little bit, you'll become a lot present to the moment. It's very much like you can have peak experience not just once or twice, but every day if you really work at it. Having taken drugs, so when you've taken LSD, when you've taken magic mushroom, stuff like that, and you really ecstasy, these kind of drugs, it's very similar to that. I've talked to people. I do a lot of talking. I do more talking at the end. I'm listening, than talking, because I'm asking people about their experiences, so I can collect that information for you guys. Actually, for me. Because I'm still learning. I'm still new to it. And I'll tell you how I did with mine in a second. I did have my own crazy records experiences, but that's the main one. Is it tackles the root cause of your suffering, the root cause, the unconscious. It goes to the unconscious. There's a lot of things that claim to tackle the unconscious. Even Transcendental Meditation, it doesn't. Transcendental Meditation is great, but it doesn't tackle the root cause of your problem. Most meditations don't really tackle the root cause of your suffering. But I'll tell you now that Vipassana does, and the enlightenment, and it makes complete sense and logical. And and this is why people keep going back to the courses. There's many people that I spoke to there that have been 5, 10, 11. One person had been 15 times. I mean, and they recommend you go every year of your life. And like I said, it's free. And also, the recommendation is you should practice 1 to 2 hours every day at least. Do whatever you can, but make sure you do it daily. It's probably the most powerful meditation you can do. Anyway, so without going into too much detail of what it actually is, understand its power. The main thing is you have to experience it for yourself. It's a technique that if you follow the technique, which they explain very easily, you will get results. It's not easy. You shouldn't crave the results as well. There's a dichotomy there. Like you shouldn't crave, and there's a huge angle of not getting addicted to good sensations and when you're doing the things, just one thing I will say is one of the ways you have to do it is you scan the body. So your body has what they call the Sankara, the suffering. There's the Sankara is stress, and all the unconscious stress are in the body. At any particular moment in time, these not just stresses, any particular emotion, we're having good or bad emotions, cravings and emotions coming up into the surface of our skin all the time in our body. It houses everything in the body, right? But we don't get the time to see that. But what they do is we practice in the Vipassana. They practice a way of concentration. So you improve your concentration massively, and the way that you can do it anyway. But the way that the Buddha did it, and the way that they teach the Vipassana, I think is a great way of doing it. For the best is through the nose and respiration. So you do nose breathing, but it's not just nose breathing. It's nose breathing, and what you're doing is, first of all, maybe you're not very good at concentrating. So they say take the air, notice the air all the way from the top of your lip going in up to your nose. So big area, and then after a couple of days of nose breathing, what happens is you'll naturally go into see the subtleness of the breath. So you want to get your concentration point down to very fine art. So now you can start feeling the upper, the air go in to a very small area at the top of your nose, for example, and that improves your concentration. The more subtle you get with areas of the body that you're breathing into, like this is always there as an example, the more powerful your concentration gets. The concentration angle is important because then you start the actual Vipassana. You need to get your concentration down, which is why they do nose breathing for a few days before we get into the Vipassana. The nose breathing is essential to get your concentration muscle there. Another thing for concentration you can do, which they don't say on the course, which I figured out outside of it, is you can be present to the moment in terms of how to be present to the moment. 5 senses. What have you got? You've got your sight, you've got your hearing, you've got your smell. You can't use your smell all the time. You can't use your hearing. You can use all your hearing all the time because there's always some hearing going on. You can use your eyes all the time. They're open by being, even if it's just static, you can practice being present to where you fucking are. And also, you can practice grounding because you're always in connection with the earth because you're not a levitating man. You're not Mr. Levitator, are you? If you are, cool. And yeah, fucking hell, I love you. But, you're not. So you're always grounding. So these things also can improve our concentration muscle and basically a way of saying present to the moment. That's how you do it. I use that too. I also did a lot of naughty things I shouldn't have done, but we'll get to that. So the Vipassana itself, once you've got your concentration down to a very fine art, basically it's a scan of your entire body to have a look at every part of your skin for your entire body. You scan your face, your torso. It's about 10 minutes in entirety. They say from the top of your head to the tip of your toes, you scan every part of your body and see what sensations come up. Whether it's a good sensation or a bad sensation, it doesn't matter. Or but you just recognize that there's a sensation there. Because the truth is there's always a sensation in your body going off at every single second. But because we don't concentrate and we don't have present to the moment awareness, and which the nose breathing will give us, and health protocols too will give us, because we don't have that, we don't see the sensations popping off in our bodies, in every part of our body, all the time. We don't see them. That's why we practice the nose breathing. We start getting the concentration, subtleness down. Now we can do the body scan, and also the concentration helps with the body scan, because it's not easy to do a whole body scan of your body sensations when you've got a shit concentration. So you go through the body part by part, piece by piece, as Mr. Gonke says, part by part, piece by piece, from the head of your foot to your tip of your toes. You go and you scan your body for sensations. And if it's bad, if it feels painful, if it's hurtful, which it was for me, all the time. I'm fucked up. I don't know what to say. I had an insight there. I'm fucked up. Holy shit. We all are. I'm seriously fucked up. I had pain all over my body, so it's all good. I had some, I had bad sensations. Gross sensations, you'd call it, an aversion. Gross sensations. The thing is, it doesn't matter really whether you have good sensations or bad sensations, as long as you're aware of as you go through your body scan, your entire body, at each part of the body, just feel what's going on there. And then the second part is, that's huge, by the way, alone. Absolutely huge. Going through the entire body, scanning your entire body with your pinpoint concentration you've now built up through nose breathing to a very subtle art. You scan through the entire body for sensations, whether they be good or bad. And now, that's a huge, and that'll give you, that alone is magic fucking medicine. But that alone won't get you to enlightenment. That alone, that alone is what John Kabat-Zinn calls mind-body training. John Kabat-Zinn. I'm reading this book. Another coincidence. I picked this from the library a while ago. Haven't read it, and it's still in my collection. I haven't get back to the library yet. And this is huge. It's John Kabat-Zinn's mind-body training. And he does this, mind-body scanning. Basically, it's scanning the body when you scan the body with pinpoint, or even not pinpoint accuracy, but it's better pinpoint accuracy, for any pain points or just the whole body, you can release a lot. And that's where I got my benefits from. That's only half of it. That's only half. Half of it is the body scan and the sensations, certain sensations. That won't get you to enlightenment. That'll give you huge results, but it won't get you to the fucking enlightenment. To get to the end stage of it, getting rid of the Sankara slowly and the enlightenment. Thanks, Pogi, you're a senior. Thanks. Yeah, I'm back. I'm back. Yes, man. Terrain is everything. Yes. Cheers, everyone watching. So when you get to the point of you're now scanning your body and you're looking at the sensations, good or bad, and experiencing good or bad sensations all over your body, whether they be pinpricks or, oh, this is sexual, or this is nice, this is pleasant, or this is fucking painful, as it was for me. It doesn't matter. The second part is key. When it happens, you're supposed to, what God is, be equanimous, which basically means you don't judge it. You don't judge it. You try. Now, this is almost impossible for human beings if you live in duality. Depending on how much work you've done in your spiritual life, I don't even mean physical health, but wow, everything. It's really hard, by the way, to be equanimous, to not judge an emotion. So he says that craving, the good, don't get addicted to the good emotions that come through your body when you're doing the body scan and they're coming to the surface and you're feeling aware of them. And then don't get addicted to that and don't get averse and revulsed by the bad ones. That second part to enlightenment. That second part is what gets people to a very deep level of extreme presence. The first part, which I nailed, is the concentration so that you can scan the body. And it's key too. It's without the first part, you can't have the second part. You scan the body and you go through each pain point and you experience either the pain or the sensations in different parts of your body. I was all over. Quickly for me, I couldn't really do the equanimous thing. I tried my best, and you have to mind fuck yourself, I guess. You have to, every time it comes up, talk to people about it. Is to have a mind fuck. Every time something you feel like you focus on, my legs were in so, I've got to tell you guys, my legs and my arms were in so much pain at certain points. There was always tension in my arms and legs. Whenever I scanned my entire arms and legs, every fucking point. I mean, and do you know what? The funny thing was, I was fasting during it. I shouldn't have fasted. I was doing 3-day fast. I had 1 meal a day, 1 meal a day. I did a 3-day fast and 1 meal a day. I had 5 meals in 10 days in Vipassana, which you're not supposed to do. And I still have so much pain in my body. So that tells me another thing, which you guys might not like to hear, but I don't care because it's my truth. And I was doing dry fasting too. Fasting doesn't heal unconscious patterns, in my opinion. It hasn't for me. Fasting's done a lot, but fasting hasn't healed unconscious problems that I've had. The only thing that will is Vipassana. So I'm saying fasting has disappointed me a little bit. Fasting is a great physical health protocol, like dental meditation, drinking fasting, like I've done, eating no food and water, just 1 or 2 small meals, then back one again. It's great to do that, but it's not as deep. Do you hear what I just said there? Actually, it's really encouraging for people that want to do Vipassana. What I'm saying is Vipassana it's almost like this meditation is way more powerful than anything I've ever done that I do. Yes, including age urine. Yes, including dry fasting. Yes, including all that shit, physical health protocols. Because it's not a physical health protocol. It's an emotional health protocol. And ultimately, all problems lie at the roots of the brain. The brain fucks everything. Everything. All trauma is trapped in the brain. When you tackle those unconscious beliefs, which I think only Vipassana can, that's crazy. Anyway, so when I was scanning my arms and legs, and it was really painful, but I was getting good at building my concentration muscle. And I was cheating a little. I was doing yoga twice daily. You're not supposed to do yoga either, but I was by myself in my room, so no one saw. I was doing yoga. I was practicing conscious yoga for the first time. I'm going to do another video on that at some point very soon, like being present to the moment, to my muscles and my grounding. That amplified myself even more, and that really improved my concentration. Also, when I was sitting down in breaks, I would practice like concentrating being on the ground. So my concentration got really good, so I could do a really good body scan. My arms and legs were always in pain, but I struggled with equanimity, like, because I was in so much pain. I was like, oh, it's so fucking painful, and I was judging it. And people say the best way is just try and treat it like it's all a game. Like say, oh, here you are, pain. But it's hard when you're in pain and when there's tension there. However, I still got this to get to the peak experiences now. I still got to have loads of crazy, absolutely crazy crazy peak experiences I've never had before. I've done some crazy shit in my life, considering versus a normal person, but I took this to a new level of things I didn't think possible. The first Vipassana retreat, I was doing Transcendental Meditation the entire time. I didn't receive any, I wasn't doing the Vipassana at all. I wasn't investing in it. I just discovered TM. This one, from the beginning, I went straight into Vipassana. Straight into Vipassana. The first 4 days you're supposed to do nose breathing. I understand why, but I'd never done Vipassana for so long, so I thought, right, I'm just gonna. Why is they all doing nose breathing? I was in my mind. I was like, I'm gonna get ahead. I'm gonna do the yoga twice daily, do my concentration that way, and then I'm gonna do the Vipassana and I did from mid day 2 of day 1 nose breathing. Day 2 I went straight into Vipassana. I knew what it was. You know, do the body scan, observe sensations. I'd never done that before. Now this was mid day 2. I started to get high on day 2. The end of day 2, after 3 or 4 hours of my Vipassana meditation, you do 11 hours, by the way, of meditation every day. You wake up 4 in the morning. The routine's the same around the world. You wake up 4 in the morning, 4:30, and then you go to bed 9 o'clock at night. You have only, from that, if you get to bed the earliest, you can have a 7-hour sleep. You'll also find you don't need as much sleep. Anyway, end of day 2, I was getting high. By day 3, the end of day 3, I had major peak experiences at night. And this was because I'd done at that point 20 hours of Vipassana meditation non-stop, in barely 2 days. And what I mean by peak experiences is my energy. I felt like, how am I going to describe this to you? So this is how I described it, how I thought to myself. I felt like I was Iron Man. You know, Iron Man has got the green orb, or like the Green Lantern or something. I felt like a massive bolt of green energy inside my body, and not only did I feel it, I could move it anywhere around my body I wanted. So I went like, oh shit, I moved it from my head down to my chest and down to my body, and then I went like this. This energy was so powerful, it was here in my head. I went zoop, zoop. And I did it to my body. I went, it was crazy. I felt like Iron Man. I can't describe it to you how powerful. I don't know what it was. Chakras, energy, it's all the same thing. It was a massive amount of energy, and not only that, I had it. Not only did I have the energy, I could move it to any part of the body at will that I wanted. If I wanted to have it in my hand, I had it in my hand. If I wanted to scan my body and go zip, I wanted to scan my chest, I went zip. I was like, I did the microcosmic orbit. So I went zip, go around my back and around my front. I was like, oh shit. Another way I knew I had that massive energy is I couldn't fucking sleep at night. I couldn't sleep. And this is what Gonke says. You can't sleep when you do. This is just Vipassana, with the equanimity. I hadn't mastered equanimity at that point. Or had I? I don't know. I don't think I had. I just done the body scan for 20 hours for the first. And there was so much pain inside my legs and arms that was being released. Because when you. I'm reading this book now as well for you guys. Mindfulness, the body. This is going to be a super long talk. Thanks for listening. When you be mindful of your body, mindfulness awareness. Mindfulness is powerful. When you're mindfully aware of your body and do an entire body scan, and just there's trauma, man. There's pain in my arms and legs, and I was doing 20 hours of that, and it released everything. I could feel it every time I went through my legs, piece by piece, part by part, piece by piece, as Gonki says. Go through it part by part. I was going through my arms and I was scanning. How to describe a scan? So you start and you close your eyes in the meditation. You imagine a line, say that big, not too big. You go zoom down the mid arm. Then you go a little bit up this side of the arm. Then you make sure you cover every single inch as best as you can in your mind. So it requires huge imagination. It requires huge concentration, huge present to the moment. This is why we do the nose breathing. It's so key. Plus you can do the yoga and other stuff. You've got to scan your body as best you can, every single little bit of the arm. When you do that, when I did that, there was pain, tension. But I kept going. You know what? After each 1 hour session, I felt really good. And I got to a point by day 2 that I could feel cooling sensations. I could feel my body, my arms and legs cooling. I didn't realise there was heat in my arms and legs. My arms and legs are always tense. Always. I didn't know that. I didn't even know that. I do fasting. I was doing yoga. I thought, no ways that could be possible. Yes, it is possible, Harry. And I was releasing cool air out of my arms and legs by day 2. By the end of day 3, like I told you, I must have released so much cool air, so much tension out of my arms and legs. I became the Iron Man. And I was moving my energy around. I couldn't fucking sleep for hours. I got like 3 hours sleep that night, and I was fucking high the next morning. Oh, and the end of day 3 as well, I was starting to get DMT creatures come up. I closed my eyes when I couldn't sleep, and the DMT creatures were coming, and they were showing me some stuff, and I was like, cool, you guys are real. You guys are funny. There were some dark DMT creatures, and there were funny ones and stupid ones. It's hilarious. And I was still high on day 4. Day 4 in the morning, having woken up from that massive green orb of energy, the energy was still kicking around, clearly. I was doing yoga in the morning with eyes open and the light outside my window, so it wasn't dark. I was doing yoga, and I saw DMT creatures in the daytime with my eyes open on the walls. There was a man with an ox cart, and he wasn't like staying there for a second. He was there for a good half a minute. He started in the top tiles, and he was, you know how these DMT, you guys, have you ever done DMT, Chunga, and they are funny. This ox cart man was in his own world. He was pulling his oxen cart on the tiles and moving from tile to tile. It was like entertainment for me. I was like, you're funny, man. So I did that, and and then I did another yoga pose, and another yoga pose on the other side of the wall. There was some other more DMT creatures going on with my eyes open. It's crazy. I was releasing major amounts of DMT. There's levels to the DMT game. So sometimes, depending on your level of health, you can see DMT creatures with your eyes closed, but they're dark. You can't see that. You can see an outline of DMT creatures, but then there's another level where you can see them very clearly with your eyes closed. And then there's another level where your eyes closed, you can see them with colour. I get glimpses sometimes, see them in colour. That's level 3. And level 4 is you see DMT creatures with your eyes open. And that's what I did on day 4 for the first time ever, twice. I was doing yoga, like really clear as day, DMT creatures with my eyes open in the light with sunlight outside. That's insane. That's fucking insane. Like, holy shit. Yes, DMT's right. I've done Chunga, by the way, so I know how insane it gets with DMT. I think there's a level beyond that, like seeing them in colour in the daytime. I haven't got to that yet, but it's weird for me to see DMT creatures so much. They are so real. I can't emphasise enough how people think that this reality is all there is. Hello, go and do some Vipassana, go and do some psychedelics, DMT psychedelics, and you'll realise that DMT is not just an imagination thing. It's not your imagination, mate. There's a real world out there. There's so many worlds, so many. Anyway, so that was my great experience from day 4. Now, my problem then was I started getting what a craving, a desire, an attachment for that peak experience again. Because I'm really competitive with myself. Other people too, a little bit, for my own good. But not jealousy, I do it for competition for a good way. But I'm really myself. So what I did was get a mood in a way I couldn't rest days after. Day 5, 6, 7, I was doing the same shit, putting in a lot of work, mind-body scanning, putting out a lot of tension from my arms and legs by scanning the body. And I could feel the cool air in my arms and legs at night time just popping off, or even after Vipassana. I could feel it cooling for like many minutes and hours afterwards, just because I'm releasing so much pain from my body. There's so much pain in my body. I've fucked myself up. I mean, you guys have no idea how much pain is in your body. You think you're healthy because you fast. I thought that. Yeah, you think because you do aged urine, you do fasting, grounding, you're physically healthy in your body. Let me tell you my opinion. I think mind-body scanning, which John Kabat-Zinn talks about in Full Catastrophe Living, and John Kabat-Zinn's a great guy, and also Gonke talks about in Vipassana, which is part of the route to enlightenment, part of it. The equanimity is another part, but it's really powerful, mind-body scanning. More powerful to me than massage, yoga, than transcendental meditation, than dry fasting, than aged urine. The mind, basically. Think of what I'm saying. The power of the mind to heal your body is more powerful than even the medicines that I fucking love and write books on. Yeah. I write books on shit like that. I write books on sunlight, sun gazing. I did sun gazing there. I write books on aged urine. I do that shit. But I'm telling you now, the power of the mind-body scan, which is a part of Vipassana, you can do separately too, but you will love it, Vipassana, for giving you that mind-body scan alone. It's so powerful. I realise now the power of it. I'm now obsessed with energy. So what you can expect from me is I'm going to talk a lot about energy and become a master of energy. Now that I experienced on day 4 that huge energy that I gathered up and I could put to any part of my body, and it was so, I felt like Superman. Honest to God, if you were inside my body there, you could do anything. My energy was through the roof. I could send it wherever the fuck I wanted. It felt great. Oh man, I'm going to be mastering and dedicated to raising my concentration and making my energy go to wherever the fuck I want. Because what I came away from that experience, that peak experience having, remember, is we are energy beings. We are all powerful. Another thing tied in Coriolanus, they are saying that it's out there we need to worry about. Let me tell you, your body's energy that I've experienced in myself, my own body, and I'm sure you guys have too. You are so fucking powerful. It's ridiculous. You have no idea how much energy is inside you. I've had tastes now of how much energy is inside me. And what's inside me is inside you. It's entrapped in everybody, even in the common people that are, dumbed down and not taking the blue pill. Everyone has that energy and it's worth mastering. Anyway, so yeah, that was a big experience. I couldn't replicate that. I had another kind of night where I couldn't sleep on day 9. And I had tingling sensations, kind of mini what he called kalapas. If you know this, Gonke talks about the subatomic particles in my head. My head seems to be a very clear area. So there's a lot of my arms and legs seem very blocked generally, but my head seems a very clear area. I've got a lot of I came away with huge insights. You will get one benefit I've got to talk about with you will get from doing a 10-day Vipassana is everyone I speak to walks away with huge insight about their life. When you get that present to the moment, when you put that much work into scanning your body, improving your concentration, doing the mind-body scan, and trying your best of equanimity, and I wasn't very good at it, even just doing the mind-body scan, 10 hours a day, mind-body scanning, and really improving your concentration, what that does is, your mind will naturally wander because you're a human being. And when it does, and that's okay, and when it does, you'll have huge insight about your life. And so many people come away from them and say, you know what, I thought I was meant to be doing this, and now I know my higher purpose. You know what, I realised I was doing something wrong in my life. You know what, I realised I've been ignoring my daughter, and I need to do something about that. You know what, I realised I've been in a job stuck here and wasting myself. I need to get out of it. People come away, this is huge benefits of going to it and dedicate it. You will come away with what you need because your higher self comes through in a very, not in a subtle way. If you dedicate yourself to this, it comes away in a very powerful way. You will get clarity on why the fuck you are actually here. It draws you closer to who you are. It makes sense too. If you tackle the unconscious and you start tackling all the problems in your body on such that deep level, you bring out all the problems. Oh, another thing, people cry. You experience all kinds of emotions. It's normal. First time I got angry. I talk to people. Everyone gets angry at Vipassana at some point. I got angry with other people and myself, and that's what it does to you when you do this meditation. I felt like I cried in private. Other people cried. Grown men cry. It's very common. In fact, I'll tell you guys too. There's a noble silence in the Vipassana, and the first one I maintained, and the second one I was going to maintain a noble silence. I broke my noble silence once, and I'll tell you why though. It's a good reason why. A man crying after a meditation session outside the temple. We meditate. He just broke down and cried in the bench, and there was no one around apart from me, and I couldn't just go and not say anything to this man because I felt compassion, and I know it was against the rules, and I want to stick to the rules, and I always would, but I felt like that man needed to know that I was willing to break the rules to help him. So I broke the rules and asked, and all I said was, "Are you okay?" Because I was concerned, and I just wanted him to know that I cared. And it wasn't enough for me just to not look at him and walk on by and tell a teacher. I could have done that. I could have told the teacher, and the teacher would have gone and gone out to him. But I thought I needed him to know that I cared about him. So I broke my silence for a nice reason, and it all came good because today, which was the last day, he came up to me and said, "Thank you so much for caring about me." I said, "No worries." And then we got in a conversation, and now we're going to be good friends. And he gave me a book. He gave me we talked a lot about his what he'd been through, and he gave me a lovely book. It worked. Everything's okay. But the point in saying that is you're going to go through every single range of emotion that you can. You're going to have days when you're happy, days when you're sad, days when you're frustrated, days when you're angry, days when you're elated, days when you're... It's crazy what it does. But it's okay, because you're human. And and the main thing that I said I can't emphasize enough is it will take you and it will give you the insights you need to move your life forward to why you're here and your highest vibration. It really is truly a phenomenal experience. I can't emphasize this enough. I recommend everyone does this. If you're in the UK, I'm going to organise it for next March. Me and Niels went this year. I tried to get a few more, but they didn't want to come, which is okay. They couldn't come, some of them. So next March, I'm going to do one. I'm going to try and organise it early, because you have to apply 3 months early. So by December, I want us, the UK people, it's in Gloucester, so you have to buy a train ticket to Gloucester, and it's all taken care of after that. So yeah, we're going to organise it. I want a big group of us to go to experience it together. Your first time, second, third time, it'd be brilliant. But yeah, if you're not in UK, go to your local centre. It takes 3 months, by the way, to apply from. And you have to, so many people apply. You have to do it on that day at a precise time. So it's, you have to be stringent with when you do it. It's hard to get on the course. They're high demand, and you have to fill up quickly. So you have to do it 3 months before, exact day, exact time, to get on. But I recommend you try them if you're in the health community, physical, emotional. Even if you think I'm a physical health guy, you just have no idea the power of the emotions. I've got to say as well, I'm a physical health guy. Let me tell you, emotional health, I know now in my heart, is way more powerful than physical health. Way more powerful. It just is. Very few physical health protocols tackle the unconscious, in my current understanding and experience, actually, now, of the journey. Fasting, Adrian, yeah, they help. Don't really do it. One does. The Buddhist meditation. The Buddha, the way the Buddha got enlightened. There's no many other paths, they say, accidental. This one's deliberate and hard work, but it's possible. So, that being said, thank you very much for watching. I tried not to make this too long. However, I did want to get off my chest, and thank you for watching. I hope you have experienced Vipassana. I'd love it to go back again. Like Gonke says, you should do one every year. The rest of your life, you should ought to practice it every day. Most of all, don't even listen to me, as Gonke says, and as I'd say, don't even listen. Try it out for yourself. Try the scan. Go to a Vipassana. Go to a 10-day. Try out for yourself and experience what I'm talking about. And it's just amazing. It's a transformational thing, and it's very powerful. And everyone should experience it at least once. And it's not even about once. It's about doing it regularly in your life. I think it's a part of my life now. I will incorporate it into my lifestyle pretty much daily, because I'm desperate to fix myself. And I realise that it's power. So I've got motivation, but it will take you to new levels of health and happiness. So, thank you very much. All right.